Hi, it's Tanya from My Forking Life, and today we're in the kitchen and we are making roasted carrots in our air fryer, and we are making those carrots two different ways, one sweet and one savory, because I can never decide which one I like. All right, now if you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Also, if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. All right, let's get started. Now first we're going to start with our sweet carrots, and all we've got here are a pound of carrots that I have washed. We are going to prep those carrots. I've also got some brown sugar, butter, and salt, and that's all you need for the ingredients for this recipe. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start by peeling these carrots. The reason why I peel my carrots is because I've just always peeled the carrots. I've heard that the peel can make them a little bit bitter. I don't know. I just give them a quick peel. And you'll notice that I'm using regular medium-sized carrots for this. I don't really use baby carrots for this recipe, only because I find that the whole carrots just have a little bit more flavor when it comes to roasting them. But if you've got baby carrots, by all means, use them. Then I'm gonna cut off these little ugly ends of the carrots, and I'm gonna cut my carrots into about 1-inch pieces. Get out of here. So now that all of our carrots have been chopped, I'm actually going to put them in a air fryer safe dish. I say air fryer safe dish because this I can use in my oven, and if I can use it in my oven, then pretty sure I could use it in my air fryer. And for the sweet carrots, we want to make sure that we put them in some kind of dish or maybe foil paper before we put them in the air fryer. Because we're going to be covering this with butter and sugar, we want it to stick to the carrots rather than falling through the grates of the air fryer. So I'm going to go ahead and just put them in this bowl. So I'm going to drizzle about 2 tablespoons of melted butter, unsalted butter, over my carrot pieces. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. And a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, more or less, or regular salt if that's what you got. And I'm just gonna kind of toss this lightly in this bowl. Try to make sure every carrot gets covered with that delicious brown sugar and butter mixture. So I've got my carrots ready to go. I'm gonna place them in my air fryer basket, and I'm gonna air fry them for about 20 to 25 minutes on 380 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm also gonna check on them halfway through and stir them and just kind of, judge how quickly they're roasting, because, different air fryers, as well as the size of your carrots, all these things will determine how long you're gonna actually cook these for. But we do wanna cook them till they're nice and roasted and tender. So this is about halfway through, and you can see I'm just kind of giving it a slight toss. You can see it's already starting to char a little bit, but these carrots are still a little bit tough, so I'm gonna keep them going. So these have been cooking for about 24 minutes, and as you can see, look at that beautiful color on them. They're nice and charred. I like to see if they're tender by just sticking a fork in one. You can see a nice roasted carrot. Woo! All right, so I'm not gonna touch this bowl because it's super duper hot. I'm actually just gonna put these on a platter and let them cool a bit. Yummy, yum, 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 yum. And I am gonna pick this bowl up, but make sure I have my mitt because this is hot. All right, and then with that leftover buttery mixture, I'm just gonna pour more of that right on there. Our sweet carrots are done. Now let's get on to the savory. For our savory carrots, we're going to follow a similar method. We are going to make them in our air fryer. We are going to peel them and prep them, but rather than chop them into 1-inch pieces, I'm going to try to keep these whole, just because, I don't know, when I think of savory carrots, I think of carrots that are whole. this carrot came in my carrot bag, so I'm going to cook it as well. But you do want to try to get carrots that are a similar length as well as similar diameter. And this is a pound of carrots. And I'm gonna chop off the rough looking ends of my carrots. So I'm putting my carrots in a glass container, glass bowl, something that I can easily mix up the ingredients with. And I'm gonna season them with a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna use about 2 tablespoons. So they're nice and coated. About half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Half a teaspoon of paprika. And I'm gonna use my hands because I just wanna make sure that each carrot is covered with this seasoning mix. Now you can add salt and pepper at this time if you like. I am actually gonna add just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. You can wait to see how these carrots turn out and decide to then add your salt and pepper. Just gonna add just a little bit. Not too much. And these carrots are nice and coated. So now I'm gonna remove these carrots from this container. I just wanted them in the container to mix them up, but for my savory carrots, I'm gonna place them directly in the air fryer basket. The seasonings and the oils will actually stick to the carrots this time, so I don't need a container to put them in the air fryer. So that's how they differ from the sweet carrots. So I'm just gonna drop them in my basket. And I'm gonna cook these carrots on 380 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, just like I did with the others. However, we just did them a little bit different this time. All right, I'll be back. So we're about halfway through and you can see those, oh, it smells really good. You can see they're still a little bit, they're starting to get charred, but I know they're not done because they're not all the way tender. So I'm gonna just roll them around a little bit and put them back in the air fryer. So our carrots have been roasting for about 20 minutes and I can tell they're tender. Fork goes right through them. But because I use some of these bigger carrots, they're not as tender as I would like them to be. So I'm gonna keep those in there for a little bit longer, but I am gonna go ahead and remove the ones that are cooked through and very well roasted. All these needed just a few more minutes longer. I'm gonna go ahead and plate my thicker carrots too, because we do not discriminate. And these are our savory carrots, but we're not done yet. We are going to grate some Parmesan cheese over those carrots because Parmesan just tastes good. Use about 1/4 cup, more or less, whatever you like. I'm going ham with the cheese. I should probably stop grating this cheese now. All right, I'll stop grating. And then I'm also going to cover it with some freshly chopped parsley just to give it some pizzazz. It also tastes good. Oh, it smells so good. I love chopping parsley. Alrighty, and sprinkle it on. Voila. And now our savory carrots are done. Now we're ready. So I've got here 2 different plates of carrots, one sweet, one savory, both made in the air fryer in less than 30 minutes. Which one to try first? I'm gonna go with sweet. It's really good. Tastes like candy. And then, of course, my favorite, savory. That's really good too. Me too. That's good. All right, y'all. You can't go wrong with either choice, sweet or savory. Both really delicious. Serve it with, whatever meal you have, and it only takes less than 30 minutes. Okay, so the next time, bye. Take my carrots.